Et salut à tous, c'est Goubi. Alors, on continue ce qu'il y avait derrière la porte, en effet. Je pense que je vais rapporter mes découvertes à la Plaisance. Par où les- J'aurais pu faire tout le tour, c'était peut-être plus rapide.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
J'ai discuté avec l'entité, elle s'appelle Néa et c'est une fabricante 2D.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
C'est pas une sorcière ni une entité malveillante, c'est une femme d'affaires.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. You've come this far, you know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Ah oui. Il n'y a aucune malédiction.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that?
Comme je disais, c'est une fabricante 2D. Elle exerce cette activité avec succès depuis pas mal de temps maintenant.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please do buy some books or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Au moins ça c'est fait. Je veux toujours faire ce truc de mise en scène, hein. Moi je vais tout donner pour y arriver. Faut qu'on avance. Mais là j'ai plus beaucoup de santé, hein. J'espère qu'il va pas se rater. C'était par là. Allez, je vais lui donner sa boule.
It's Inspector Oath. Come to throw more of our stuff into the sea, officer.
Je vais juste voir. Je peux la revendre combien déjà? 13 balles. Pourquoi je lui donnerais?
Vigilance officer.
Allez, vas-y.
See, René, I told you he was one of the good guys.
What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now, no need to get angry
Ah
again.
oui, c'est un truc de
René.
lancer de
I'm
poids, c'est
sure
pas
the
un truc de
officer
pétanque.
tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
Tout à fait, j'ai fait de mon mieux.
Trying is worth as much as is accomplished. In this case, almost nothing. Fine. You try to right a wrong. It's still a gram better than actual nothing.
Tu peux me dire quelque chose sur ce fusil?
It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
Au sol là-bas.
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
C'est son froid, lui.
Vigilance officer? What can this all...
Ah, laisse tomber. Je sais pas ce que j'en fais du coup. J'aimerais bien le vendre du coup.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
Ah non, ça c'est non.
Shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed. Everything's still cool here, officer.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
C'est marrant ça qu'ils aient pensé à ça.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Quelque chose à vendre.
Sure. Let me have a look.
Taux de cadavre.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of photic
Signifie ses
cards.
tatouages.
Counter radiance network. Anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
Mhm.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Je vais le vendre.
Another time, perhaps.
Moi j'ai demandé.
Hello, hello. Have you tried it before?
It's almost like he's worried for you. The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved. Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care.
Je crois que j'avais déjà
Here
essayé.
you go, man.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut.
Merci.
Of course.
Je le prends mais bon. D'accord. Psyché. Moins de santé. Mais psyché c'est quoi déjà? Ah c'est carrément ok. Un bon boost quand même.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mark the sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open, and thus
Attendez, hein.
out of order. Just some tasteless advertising at the bottom of a canal. No use rubbernecking now.
Alors ça marin, c'est quoi ce truc?
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it.
Oh, je suis trop bête. Donc c'était cette porte là. On aura perdu quelques secondes. Les amis, ne vous en faites pas. On va arriver à destination. Je sais toujours pas comment monter là. Mais ça se trouve c'est, je pense, celle la chef des méchantes. Peut-être. C'est la mise en scène, c'est ça?
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on
Ah,
the
c'est pas
railing.
mal, allez.
No one has claimed it for their own.
Oh là là. Voici comment je prends du retard dans ce jeu aussi.
No, no. That's
Sure. Just be careful, okay?
Ah.
Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
J'essaie de lui remettre un pain à l'autre. C'est quoi déjà? Instrument physique. Beaucoup de choses à l'instrument physique finalement.
Your race descent has only worsened since
Ah oui,
the last
encore
assault.
97%.
You
Allez
have
hop.
really let yourself go.
Encore réussi.
just like that. The man is reeling. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as they trip.
Ah!
The man broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up.
Vraiment désolé, je voulais pas faire ça.
Looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button. As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely. His head.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
Her voice is surprisingly calm.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before.
The man is still.
Enfin. Clé de la chambre numéro 1 et clé de l'immeuble. Allez, on avance. Oula. Peu de trucs ici. Ok. Livre un bref regard sur l'inframatérialisme. Ça va me donner des compétences, ça?
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel from the sun, because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world, because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow.
Feuilleter le
Its
journal pour voir
satire,
si quelque
you see.
chose me frappe.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. No advertisements, you notice. So who's funding this radical commentary? After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local
Kunst und
concerns.
Kultur.
Just inside the cover, there's
De
also
nazi.
an editor's note.
Lire l'éditorial.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing
cristal
the way
à la
the rigid,
fumée.
crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which
À la
are
fumée.
content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. Perhaps they've overestimated the market demand for this kind of commentary. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs,
Kim, je crois bien que c'était un canard
What do you
communiste.
expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
you flip back to the front of the magazine. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara. Book, face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject. The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but you think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines: Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka.
Ouais.
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others, thus, and that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Non, je crois que c'est pour les courses que ça me plaît.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
J'ai même vraiment
That's
réfléchi.
because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
Kim, cet article prétend que personne ne regarde la tournée Tip Top juste pour les courses.
Ah, come on. Can this article read your mind?
Non, je pense pas.
Well, there you have it. No reason to get hung up on the pretentious ramblings of a few young men. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Ce serait pas mieux pour tout le monde si les travailleurs et le grand capital trouvaient un accord raisonnable?
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies.
J'espère que je vais apprendre un truc de ce livre, que ça va de l'expérience à un niveau ou quelque chose, quoi.
Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're always being left out in the cold.
C'est quoi l'histoire de la coalition?
Judging from the context, it's something very large and fundamental. You should probably know about it. You flip back to the front of the...
Tout ça pour ça? Oh là là, j'ai rien appris. Projection analytique et dramatique. Projection analytique.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders, hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts
Il y a
where
quelque
the
chose
imports
d'intéressant?
are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Allez. On va tenter un 58%.
Whatever's hidden
Ah,
here
pas mal, pas
is
mal.
hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Gardez la
It
note.
appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Evrart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Evrart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Gardez Kim. Une note avec une liste de choses à faire pour Evrart.
Evrart Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood?
Examinez la note à nouveau.
Remember, Leo, Evrart's shoes. All items on the list have been the drawer slides. An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air. Undoubtedly, no. Sure, nothing tricky about that.
On va monter l'affinité mécanique. Déjà tout. Attends, il est déjà pas mal mon été. Allez hop, on sort. Oh, mais tout ça pour ça. Trouver la cape.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through. I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours.
Esprit de corps et frisson. Et moi j'aime me donner suggestion. Bah, suggestion est moins 1 clair obscur, c'est pas mal aussi. Mais bon, allez. Oh là là, la dégaine.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads
Ah.
René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
Donc ici travaille René, je vais jeter un coup d'œil.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. Looks like the inhabitant is rather pedantic when it comes to order.
Non, je vais la
Let's
laisser.
get going. The entire neighborhood can see us up here.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Mush. And, with a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, this crane was built with a purpose, which has now been
Qu'est-il dans le conteneur?
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action.
The crane does not return to its... Before you stands a cargo container.
C'est pas un conteneur
Just
comme les
one.
autres.
You do? Because I don't.
Pourquoi pas?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Il était accroché à la
You
grue.
just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers.
Ouvrir la porte.
Attempt to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions. With some puzzle, no reply.
Carrément.
Why are you even trying to open a door with red?
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Hmm.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on. Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Evrart.
Bonjour.
Evrart, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
C'est quoi le problème entre syndicat et les roufions?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Ils sont passés ouvrir, le port est vide.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrart is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. but Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrart sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
Et dans quel pétrin se sont fait tisser ses amis?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Evrart telling them to take some time off.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
Ils ont fait quoi au juste?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Ils ont un peu trop chahuté. Léo, dans quel genre de bagarre était-il impliqué? Est-ce qu'ils ont tué un mercenaire?
Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving, and the words are spewing forth. Words, words, and look, even more words. This guy could go on till the end of days. Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who... No, he already switched to a prized fishing rod he apparently owned at some point. You know what? Just cut in there with your questions.
C'est donc vous, Léo, qui a laissé un mot comme quoi il fallait confectionner plus de bannières?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
Le borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez dire par vous apporter la soupe aux gars? Pour la grève?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Je dirais que le borscht a alcoolisé, je vais mener l'enquête.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans ce conteneur là-bas?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Je cherche le chef du syndicat des
you want
dockers.
Mr. Evrart then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Doudou, je veux juste savoir où il est.
Oh, Mr. Evrart is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Que je m'en vais.
Bye-bye now.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
L'endroit au but, un cadavre pend à un arbre.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you
Dubois?
two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Evrart, Evrart Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Pourquoi vous m'appelez Monsieur Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals.
It's nothing. Yes, he's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois.
Ouais, je m'assois
Excellent,
moi.
Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Gardez votre sérieux.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most
Oh non.
uncomfortable chair
J'ai plus
in
que
the
1 de
world.
santé.
It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
Moi je le prends, hein. Merci Evrart.
Don't mention it. But also don't forget it. I'm just kidding, of course.
Is he?
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear.
Oh.
Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
Pas inquiet, je gère.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
J'ai pas le choix en fait.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Alors mon pote.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You...
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
While Evrart is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping everything around you. The folder, desk, papers on the wall.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
En fait, si je n'ai pas du tout confortable, un verre d'eau ne serait pas de refus sur dressé.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Vous Vous pourriez m'aider à faire descendre un cadavre d'un arbre?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
J'ai aussi étudié les empreintes de pas sur la scène de crime, elles appartiennent à des bottes d'ouvriers.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. You can find Luke down at the gates. But you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you, now that he's back on his feet.
J'ai rencontré Joyce, la représentante de l'entreprise.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. I'm not a jealous guy.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
Pourquoi vous ne l'avez pas laissé entrer pour venir vous
If
voir?
she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
It's a fortress. He knows she can't get in here. He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
C'est arrivé au négociateur précédent, Monsieur
What do you
Gaumont.
mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Il a fait des concessions pour l'entreprise, pourquoi vous laissez partir un
He's
allié?
an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
Il avait traité de nabo.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly.
Evrart, Joyce semble penser que le syndicat la sous-estime.
Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
L'ancienne patronne du syndicat disparue dans des circonstances
Vanished?
suspectes.
Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Vous êtes certain, je trouve ça un peu bizarre.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me.
Okay then, positive emotions it is. You like
Ok,
positive
parlons d'autre
emotions.
chose.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Evrart doesn't mind.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
Je peux parler de la pendaison.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you, like I'm helping you with the body. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Je pense qu'il y a un mais.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's...
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
C'est vrai que j'ai ouvert pas mal de portes.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Et pourquoi vous l'ouvrez pas
Harry,
vous-même?
I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Appartient à qui cette
Oh,
porte?
no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
Attendez quoi par un
A
fouinard?
loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Ok.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Enquête sur votre décoction louche.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
Pas que le syndicat appliqué dans le trafic de drogue.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny Fat Guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
Pas de commentaire.
Harry, you wound me, Harry, in the heart. But I trust you to put this to bed. Do what you must and...
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what...
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
On va appeler Monsieur Dubois.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
Oh, vraiment?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
Ouais, mort, c'est pas très bien, je vais juste vous tester.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
On doit entendre quel est mon nom
It's
complet?
Harry. Harry Dubois.
You feel like a Dubois, but you don't feel like a Harry. You don't feel like any of these things. You know what your name is. You have a sophisticated name, like that of a count, or a beautiful man.
Ça me plaît bien.
And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you?
Vous savez où je vis?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
Quel type de fille que je suis?
Harry, you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. You're a superstar.
On se comprend.
Of course I do, Harry. And I'm gonna help you shine. I'm gonna put you on all the big stages, your name in giant neon letters. Harry Dubois.
The giant neon sign reading Harry Dubois, hanging from the Cavalsun crane, can be seen all the way to Jamrock. Somewhere in Mirova, a beautiful woman sees the bright glow on the
Ah, vous
horizon.
dégotez ce dossier?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Je vais tenter, hein.
Evrart's large hands are covering the folder.
Y'a rien à cacher.
Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
D'autres choses.
Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
Vous savez voir comment j'ai réussi à
Am I
rentrer?
going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
Mais pas de fenêtre.
It was a figure of speech, Harry. Of course I don't have a window. I'm in a container. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Parle mon arme
Yes,
perdue.
your lost gun. My best men are on it. But your gun will be found, Harry.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Attendez, si ça se trouve, quelqu'un a acheté l'arme au prêteur sur gage.
Thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important, building our relationship for the good of Martinez.
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
Je ne tolérerai aucun chantage pour cette histoire d'arme.
Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
Ça, je terminé?
I assure you we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate. If in
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Oh, merci.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Vous voyez du policier de mes deux. d'ouvrir la porte du sous-sol derrière la serre, dans la cour. Ah oui, fameuse porte. Bon. En tout cas, je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Et on se retrouve dans la prochaine vidéo. Ciao!